It's a good AGam in Kansas morning. Good morning. Let's take a look and see what's coming up today. First, Dr. Gretchen Sassenrath, a crop production agronomist at K-State, discusses why soil health is an important factor to improve the resilience of crop production. Next, we meet Kane Thimmesch, a forager from Reno County, and Walter Fick, a Rangeland Management Specialist, who discusses prescribed burning. Then learn that despite falling cattle prices, there are still rewards for high-performing cattle. We'll end with the Cowboy Rodeo Camp at the Crossroads Cowboy Church. Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com. This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
Gretchen Sassenrath at the Southeast Research and Extension Center in Parsons, Kansas. I've been in Kansas about 2.5 years, and I started looking at soil health and how to improve soil health. Soil is an important factor to improve the resilience of crop production. And by resilience, I mean being able to make a profit when times are good and also not lose your shirt when times are bad. We can't control the weather, but we can improve soil, in particular soil health, and that's an important component for consistent crop production. In looking at soil health factors, there's a lot of information about how cover crops can be used to improve soil health. And I came across some interesting research on particular cover crops in the mustard family. The trait of these cover crops is that they have a high glucosinolate concentration. That glucosinolate it improves soil health, but it can also be used to control soil-borne diseases and pests, in particular charcoal rot, nematodes, those sort of hounds infestations. So what we're doing in this study is using some of this mustard cover crop to see if it will control charcoal rot. In southeast Kansas, we have a lot of charcoal rot pressure. It's always present in the soil. During particular years, depending on the weather, we'll have a lot of charcoal rot infestation and pressure in the plants, and it reduces yield. Charcoal rot infests the stem of the plant and reduces the water that it can uptake and reduces the yield. The roots will actually just rot of the soybean plant, and there's nothing there. They can't take up the nutrients and water they need to grow. So what we did in this study, we planted the cover crop and used it as a biological control and compared that to the standard chemical control of charcoal rot as seed treatment and then also in-season treatment. The results are very preliminary. This is our first year of study. Also, this was a very good year weather-wise for soybean. We had a lot of rain and cooler temperatures, so there was not a lot of charcoal rot pressure this year in our soybeans. So we did not see a yield difference for the different treatments or for the different cultivars. However, we did see a difference in number of colony-forming units or number of charcoal rot infestation fungi present between the different treatments. And then also we saw a difference for some of the cultivars. This indicates that the mustard seed does show promise as controlling charcoal rot, and also that some soybean cultivars are more sensitive to charcoal rot than others.
Through the generosity of Dr. Eva Gardner and Dr. Dan Thompson, Kansans now have the opportunity to support the wildfire relief effort by purchasing a signed and numbered print of the original painting, A Walk Through Henry's Dreams, by Dr. Gardner. This gallery quality print is only $200. Order your print today online or call 785-273-5115. Please help support the Kansas Livestock Foundation Wildfire Relief Fund.
Hello friends, I'm Ernie Rodina.
And I'm Dawn Dawson with the Better Horses Radio Show.
For over 9 years, we've been bringing the Better Horses Radio Show to markets all across the Midwest. We talk about God, lots about horses.
We talk about cows, we talk about horse health, we talk to top trainers, and we even talk about Roy Rogers.
We're having a blast with Better Horses Radio Show and would love to take it to a market near you.
So visit our website at betterhorsesradio.com and let us or your local radio station know you'd like to hear it in your area.
The Better Horses Radio Show is unbelievable.
Grain sorghum is one of the most important cereal crops worldwide, and Kansas leads the nation in its production. Over the years, sorghum has been either exported, used in animal feed domestically, or for other industrial uses. Recently, its use in the ethanol market has seen tremendous growth, with 30% of domestic sorghum typically going to ethanol production. Kansas Grain Sorghum is committed to sorghum research, market development, and education. Learn more at ksgrainsorghum.org. This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or for more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Good morning, I'm Andy Miller of Inman High School. In today's Forage Files, we meet Kane Thimmesch of Reno County. Meet Kane Thimmesch. He is a member of the Tomadora 4-H Club of Reno County. Kane is a 16-year-old student at Inman High School and has been in 4-H for 9 years. He has been in a number of 4-H projects over the years, including arts and crafts, photography, horse and goats. Aside from the 4-H projects that Kane has completed, he is also involved in a lot of high school activities.
I'm involved in football, baseball, basketball, Scholars Bowl, and Stuco, and FFA.
Kane has had to find a balance between school, his school activities, and his 4-H projects. In fact, he has decided to focus solely on his goat project this year due to the work involved in preparing for his livestock for shows.
Well, usually you have to walk them a lot, you walk them a lot, and then you have to trim them up, so get their hair looking really good and hooves trimmed and stuff, and usually wash them, and then you have to keep them clean, which is the hardest part, so we usually put blankets on them.
He enjoys getting his animals in the show ring, but also enjoys the friendships he finds in the barns.
It's the atmosphere, getting to see everybody every year. And
Kane recommends 4-H for anybody because you get to see people you don't see every day, and it teaches you a lot of life skills. For more information about Kansas 4-H, visit their website at www.kansas4-h.org. Reporting from Inman, I'm Andy Miller for AGam in Kansas.
Buying a car shouldn't be this hard. And at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego, it isn't. It's actually awesome. Whether you want a new or used car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. Even if you want to custom order a new car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. See Toby's team at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego. We're awesome.
Hey there folks, I'm Dr. Dan from Doc Talk. On behalf of myself and the staff at Drovers, I'd like to invite you to our Cow-Calf Cowboy College in West Des Moines, Iowa on June 20th and 21st. We're going to have speakers such as Mike Apley, Tom Knopfsinger, Chris Reinhardt, and Mr. Dave Nichols from Nichols Angus Farm. For registration, please visit droverscowboycollege.com or call us at 1-877-482-7203. I hope to see you all there.
Next time you see a beautiful field of corn, reach out and thank the farmers who work tirelessly to raise corn for livestock feed, renewable fuels, and exports to feed a growing world population. The farmers on the Kansas Corn Commission work for Kansas Corn with grower-funded checkoff dollars that support foreign and domestic market development, research, promotion, and education to expand opportunities for Kansas farmers. To learn more, visit kscorn.com.
This segment brought to you by Heinen Brothers Ag, farmers helping farmers by offering quality aerial and ground application, fertilizer, ag chemicals, and anhydrous ammonia. Call today to protect your crop yield.
Yes, my name's Walter Fick. I'm a Rangeland Management Specialist. I have a kind of a split appointment, but extension is a key part of my duties. And you know, this has been a pretty unusual winter and spring. You know, I think at the first of the year, you know, most of Kansas was in pretty good shape moisture-wise. But since January until now, here the last week or two, most all of Kansas has been drier than normal. But the recent rains will help green things up. I think we're still behind normal, but moisture along with warmer temperatures, we're going to see plants starting to grow very rapidly. And that's what I've seen out on the rangeland, at least in the parts of the state that I've been in. Here in the Flint Hills, you know, we're still in the burning season. That's probably going to end here within a week, I think, because things are going to green up. Of course, we have had to deal with wildfires. The big one, of course, was the Anderson Creek fire down in Barber and Comanche counties. Actually started in Oklahoma. But we've had others. There's some other ones, I think, in the southern Flint Hills area. I think there's one that started kind of in Cowley and Butler counties that were fairly substantial size. But so we've had to deal with those issues. And of course, along with that, like I say, the weather's been very unusual. Seems to me like it's been a lot windier. I mean, day after day. I mean, yeah, we're in Kansas and the wind blows, but we've had, you know, several days in a row when it's been too windy for people who are maybe wanting to do a prescribed burn. Prescribed burning is a regularly used tool, particularly here in the Flint Hills area. It's been going on for a long time. There's always a number of reasons why people burn. Some will just burn to maintain the prairie as prairie. Because if we don't burn, we know in about 35, 40 years, it doesn't happen overnight, but we can convert grassland to a forest. So keeping the trees off, you know, one of the first one that invades usually is eastern red cedar, but there are others. But in order to keep them off, you have to have some regular frequency of fire. The use of fire as we go west in Kansas doesn't have to be as frequent. You know, I think in the area where that wildfire occurred in south central Kansas, we'll refer to that area. You know, once every 5 to 10 years is probably sufficient to keep the red cedars off. In fact, when they do a prescribed burn in that area, usually red cedars is the #1 target. So we got brush and some weeds too that fire can help with in terms of keeping them at manageable levels. Another key reason, of course, particularly people here in the Flint Hills burn, is for stalker gains. You know, these weaned calves that go out on grass, you know, maybe 500-600 pounds when they go on. Burning, we've seen over a long-term average about 32 pounds of additional gain on each animal the year we burn. So that's a key factor that has a major economic value to it, and that's why some people will burn nearly every year if they can. There have been years in the recent past, so like 2012, you know, it was dry. There wasn't really anything to burn. But some people are burning every year. Again, if you're a cow-calf producer, that's probably not necessary. We might burn every 2, maybe 3 years out of 5, but that's mostly to keep the woody plants off and to maybe improve grazing distribution on the pastures. Those are key reasons. There are many others, but you know, one of the things with these wildfires, you know, if we didn't have all those cedars out there in some of these areas, then we wouldn't have this catastrophic fire. So you know, reducing wildfire potential can be a reason for burning.
Earlier in my life, I rode bucking horses in rodeos, and my shoulders took such a beating, and that was probably the reason for having several previous surgeries on both shoulders. About a year ago, I decided that I didn't want to have another surgery. And so I contacted Kansas Regenerative Medicine, took their treatment process. It was relatively pain-free. Now, after 8 months, my shoulders have healed to the point where I think I'm probably 90 to 95% of normal. It takes a couple of months to start to see results with stem cell injections, but at about 3 to 3.5 months, I started to feel better. I started to have less pain and feel real progress. That continued to increase gradually until now, at approximately 8 months, and I'm extremely pleased. I've got full range of motion. I can lift weights, I can throw, I can do a lot of things that I couldn't do without a lot of pain previously.
Hey folks, Dr. Dan here, and I want you to join us in Kearney, Nebraska on May 11th for a stockmanship clinic. We're going to talk about how to work cattle in teams. We're going to talk about cattle handling techniques and much more. Experts from across the country are going to be there. Dr. Tom Knopfsinger, Kurt Pate, Ted Howard, Kip Luga-Savage, myself, many more are going to be there to work with you on this clinic. Go to packdvms.com to get the agenda and to register.
The Kansas Wheat Innovation Center in Manhattan is rediscovering ways to get improved varieties and new genetics in the hands of farmers faster. Grower-led and checkoff-funded research initiatives are bringing about positive change. This grassroots leadership provides a strong voice in Topeka and Washington, D.C. Now is the time to partner with Kansas Wheat in moving wheat forward. Kansas Wheat Commission and Kansas Association of Wheat Growers. Farmers investing in their future and yours. Log on to rediscoverwheat.org.
Heinen Brothers, a fourth-generation Northeast Kansas farm family, knows how tough farming can be. Farmers helping farmers. Heinen Brothers Ag, selling and servicing crop protection products, fertilizer, anhydrous ammonia, cover crops, quality aerial and ground application. Call today to learn about our extended term financing program. 800-760-4964. HeinenBrothersAg.com.
AGam in Kansas, brought to you in part by Kansas Corn. Learn more at kscorn.com.
Beef numbers are on the rise in 2016, and so is the opportunity for ranchers focused on quality.
There's more and more people across the world that want to increase their diet and have a higher quality diet than they've had in the past, and so beef can play a role in that, and certainly the demand for quality will continue to be there.
Bone says long-term projections show prices down for the year, but placing healthy cattle on feed that can grade choice or better offer the most stability.
Prices are going to be lower than what we've experienced the past couple of years. I think probably we're going to be in a wide range. I think fed cattle will sell in the 120 to 140 area for most of the year.
Higher beef supplies, fluctuating U.S. dollar values, and consumer concerns over antibiotic use add to the uncertainty. But Bone says producers can limit the downside.
Because of the volatility, we're going to have to monitor and manage our risk better than we have in the past. Also, not be quite so open probably on being unpriced and hoping that the market will take care of us.
But if there's one thing he doesn't see changing, it's the reward for healthy calves.
The animal health continues to be a challenge, and I think data would show that the death loss in feed yards is going up, not down.
Producers who have a strong health program on the ranch will always be a step ahead.
We will pay more money for calves that we know have good health, and there's nothing worse than having a health wreck after they're in the feed yard.
I'm Bob Cervera.
When looking at the number of farm and ranch operations, the USDA Census of Agriculture says cattle and beef production is the largest single segment of American agriculture. The census also says the average age of the American cattle farmer or rancher is in the late 50s. In order to support the continuous supply of U.S. beef, these producers need to do some business planning to successfully transfer their cattle operations to younger, independent producers.
I'm Joe Mushrush with Mushrush Red Angus, and my ancestors have been in this part of the world. Well, they walked in after the Civil War from Virginia. My dad was the start of Mushrush Red Angus. When we come back from college, we had about 100 cows, was working mainly part-time. My wife Connie and I, once we took over, tried to expand rapidly, making it into a full-time operation. We have told our kids that any of them that wish to return to the ranch, why we would do our level best to make a spot for them. And so far, our oldest son Daniel is now back full-time with us, and some of the others have expressed a desire to return, and so we have dedicated most of what we do into creating a spot and making a viable entity for anybody that wants to come back.
In an effort to get more of our family back on the business, we've started our own meat company. And so when we can take, say, a flat iron or a petite tender, and our local packing house has the knowledge and the ability to turn that into a higher retail cut, we'll sell those retail cuts quicker, and we'll sell them for 3 to 4 times the price of what we would sell them without some of those cuts being available to us.
The beef checkoff allows us to do something that we can't do on our own. We do not have the time or resources or the knowledge to go out and approach consumers on our own. By pooling our resources with other producers, it allows us to reach those consumers that we otherwise would not have any way to reach. And by combining our resources and our voice, why, hopefully we can make a difference.
And I hope one day that my children will be here on the ranch. So we need to be able to be responsive to the demands of future generations that we may not even be aware of, and the checkoff helps our industry do that.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.
When your living depends on agriculture, you can depend on KFRM 550 AM. If you're in the southwest three-fourths of Kansas or the northern half of Oklahoma, catch us at 550 AM on the radio dial. But if that isn't you, listen on your cell phone at TuneIn Radio or on your computer at KFRM.com. We promise to keep you informed, entertained, and company as you go through your day. KFRM 550 AM, the voice of the plains. We would like to join your management team.
I think it really extends your home out to the outdoors, and Mark always had kind of a vision of what he wanted to do with the yard, and so he envisioned this kind of outdoor area, the waterfall and things, but when Blueville came in, they had some really good ideas of how to place it and how to do different things that really enhanced the project. So.
Yeah, over the years we've grown to really enjoy our outdoor living space and developed a great working relationship with Blueville.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
AGam in Kansas is brought to you in part by SureCrop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
Good morning, I'm Pastor Terry Newell from the Crossroads Cowboy Church. We're located at the junction of 5924 and Kansas 76 Highway, about 3 miles east of Perry, Kansas. Just wanted to say good morning and welcome to Crossroads. We're at the Equifest today, and we're promoting our Rodeo Bible Camp. This will be our first year of doing our own Rodeo Bible Camp. We're going to be holding that at the Leavenworth County Fairgrounds in Tonganoxie, Kansas. It's going to be July the 8th through the 11th for the junior camp, which is 5th through 8th grade. And then it will be July the 12th through the 16th for the senior camp, which is 9 through 12. Crossroads Rodeo Bible Camp, CRBC. Be a great opportunity for young people to come out and grow together with each other in their equestrian skills and also in their knowledge of Scripture and just meet some young folks of their age and that share the same activities and ideas, either scriptural or in equestrian events. So it's really a great camp. We've been involved with rodeo Bible camps for the last 6 years, and this is, as I said earlier, this is our first year to do one on our own, and we're really excited about having it. And so I really encourage you to come out and join us. We'd love to have you check out our information out at crossroadscowboychurch.net or you can check us out on Facebook as well. It's Crossroads Rodeo Bible Camp. We encourage you to check out the information there. You can pre-register online at crossroadscowboychurch.net.
Church on Sunday, play with the kids, still work on Monday. Back where I belong.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com.